Quick up top, welcome to the club. I'm Lone. We're going to do a quick tier list and see how the meta is shaking out. If you're unfamiliar with how I do tier lists, I section the characters off by color. This is not directly in order. So Vegito, even though he probably is, I mean, he's still number one in the game. He is not technically here. He's just in a color grading. The gods aren't here. They're just in the color grading. That way you can look down the list, see a color, be like, okay, I'll check here. You see green, you know all the tech units are here, etc., etc. So don't take this as ordering. All of these characters are just in tiers. Let's get into it. So the first thing I want to say is I want to bring Cell up here. I've been seeing Cell be kicked around in pretty low places so far. Cell's spot is a little contentious, I think, because people are just very hard on his team and aren't really just looking at him in a vacuum. Cell in a vacuum is a fine character. If you like this Fat Boo, you like Cell more, or you probably should, because there's no reason that you should like this Fat Boo, but you hate this Cell. I mean, that makes sense to me. I'm gonna put Cell. I'm gonna say Cell is around tier 2 right now, but I could easily see him moving up here if my guess is right and we get a strong, valuable, super perfect Cell as the Part 2 LR. But hey, knowing Dokkan, we'll probably get Kefla in this spot, right? All right, so let's go to the very top. How's my tier 0 looking? I'm gonna call this tier 0 the Festival 5. What I mean by that is Vegito, the gods, the fours, Gogeta, and this Super Saiyan 4 God Goku are essentially the 5 characters you will see on essentially every festival team. And because this Goku is such a dominant piece to that team, I'll go ahead and bump him up from 0.5, which is where I had him before, to tier 0. I think he just goes on everything. I don't think there are any events where he's particularly weak, and I think he's really aged super solidly. I think I said at the beginning or the end of the anniversary that if you tell me that Super Saiyan 4 Goku is going to age the best of any of the carnivals, I'd go yeah. And he just is, right? Super solid, goes everywhere, giant form. You know what this character does. Damage reduction support, you get it. Kid Goku is going up here honorarily as the best TUR, and by a long shot. He also serves pretty well in every event outside of like maybe some early dodge canceling. But is there any dodge canceling that would really punish him? I don't even think so. Super good in the festival battles, which I'm only bringing up because people are interested, and if you're a new player, returning player, you probably want to know this. But yeah, Goku's going up here. I think he deserves this spot. I think he is just far and above better than a lot of characters. AGL Cell is going in 0.5, I think. So I think he's stronger than these characters. Yeah, he probably is, right? And to that note, I'm going to move Glorio up. Glorio has looked very solid. Glorio has looked very solid. I am super impressed by Glorio every single time I see him in any event. A great TUR, foundational TUR. Definitely deserving of probably being the best non-EZA TUR. This tech Cell continues to impress. So if you held on to him, I think he might still be the best Cell. I don't know. He's really strong. So I think anyone else in the 0.5 slot should be moved down. No, not really. If you saw my last tier list, I moved Int Super Saiyan Goku up, and I do agree with that still. Daima Goku has felt insanely solid. I'm just kind of going down the list and giving you updates of how I feel about the game. And I'm going to say, how do I feel about Vegeta? I'm going to actually go out on a limb and say Vegeta should be in tier 1. I know that he's become contentious. And actually, no. Yeah, okay. I'm going to put him in tier 1, and I'm actually going to put Cell here as well. I know he's become a little contentious. The thing about Daima Vegeta is, while he doesn't blow the doors off, I just don't see him as a character who costs you a run a lot. At least right now, there's just not that many events that stop you from sticking him in slot 1. Like, he just goes in slot 1. And you could say locking, but the fights people are really gauging characters on don't have locking, really. So I guess that's a problem, but it also kind of isn't. Maybe if Dokkan wants to give us an event with actual locking, with actual AoEs, with actual this and that, I'd be excited for it, so people would stop, only rating the game on like festival battles, but until then, I don't know. I don't really know what kills Vegeta. Like, Daima Vegeta just hangs out to me. Do I see anyone else as needing to move up or down? I'm gonna move Evo Vegeta into tier 2. I just feel like this character has fallen off a cliff. I never find reasons to run him. I feel like his team is bad. I feel like there's essentially no reason to run him as your 6th character. He just feels like a character that's completely washed out, and I don't really know when he'll be coming back. But now that I mention all that, there is a character I need to come grab. It is the Strength Goku and Gohan, who I will also put in tier 0.5. I think they are equally as strong as the AGL Cell, and I think the Goku and Gohan actually have a strong case for being run in things like the Festival of Battles. For that reason, they're going up there. Anyone else? Anyone else? Who do I feel has fallen out of favor in the meta? I almost want to say AGL Goku, characters like AGL Goku. I will actually move. I'm going to move Tech Goku down. If you're wondering why I'm going to move Tech Goku down, it's because there was a time where Tech Goku could dodge some and get hit some, and it wouldn't really affect the run. Essentially, he would need to dodge the super, but if he got hit by normals, he'd still be fine. The issue I'm finding with Tech UI now is that he gets hit by normals and he dies, and he gets hit by supers and he dies, and that's a very scary spot to be in. The Universal Survivor Saga team is one of those teams that floats in and out of competency, and in this case we're out, but I don't think it would take too much to get them back in. The issue is that their best new character, Evo Vegeta, is a complete wash of like a supporting character, not a literal like giving support, but a floating helper unit rather than a powerful dominant like lead, and that is pretty tough. So you essentially have the character who is almost going to be a year old, which is Tech UI, and he has to carry the baggage of the team. You have AGL Goku and Evo Vegeta, who are a year old. You have the Evo Ken Strength Carnival, who is just floating off. So, and you probably have 2 of them because you're using his lead, and that's not great. And you have Jiren, who, if I'm making a list, I put Jiren up really high. I don't think he's in the tier 1, but I do value Jiren a lot because he is a consistent slot 1 helper in a standby, and that is powerful, especially in things like Formidable Battle, where you can just kind of stick him there and forget about him. Anyone else I want to move down or up? I'm actually gonna move this Goku. I've been seeing this Goku catch some traction. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm gonna move AGL Goku here as well. I like what I'm seeing in the events where it's relevant, things like not Festival Battles, things like Formidable Foes and some of the red zones that aren't taking too long, but there aren't many of those anymore. So let me just do a quick overview of any characters I'm missing. All right. So I am actually missing some characters. I just saw them. It is these guys. So GT Goku and GT Vegeta. I will say that Vegeta to me looks like he's going in tier 1. And GT Goku to me looks like he's going to stay in tier 2. I've been seeing people place GT Goku above Cell, and I just don't see it. You don't have a team to run this guy. You basically can run him on a GT team with Int Super Saiyan 4 Goku on it. And at that point, you're trying to tell me that team looks better than just like putting strong characters on Cell's team? I don't think so. I'm not buying it. I'm good. I'm good. Anyone else I'm missing here? Again, we're just going to do a quick overview of characters I think might still be strong. This path to power, Kid Goku is definitely strong enough to be worth mentioning. Though, I do think he's doing strong. Do I think he's stronger than GT? I think he's strong enough to maybe go into tier 1 for me, but it's a fighting chance. I would like to thin this some. Because I do feel like it's getting a little congested, and I feel like once you start polluting these rows with too many characters, it becomes like, well, who isn't good? I will say I don't really see much use for this character anymore. And I'm having a hard time finding myself running him. Int Broly. Int Broly I'm going to move down as well. I just feel like Int Broly is a character who I just don't see getting onto teams very often. I don't know how he gets onto teams. His uncontrollable power just isn't there anymore, and it doesn't feel like it's getting buffs anytime soon. I'm going to go ahead and grab... Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's fine for now. Though, it is close to being Janemba as well. Go ahead and just affix any more. Going on the list. Namek Vegeta is worth mentioning. Namek Vegeta has struck out as a very strong, capable Festival Battles option. And because of that, I'm going to place him right here in meta. I think that's fair enough. I don't think that's like, you know, a heinous thing to say that he's just like a solid could-be unit. The more I look at this row, I kind of want to swap something out a little bit so that it lines up in a line. But I'm not sure which. Dharma Vegeta, probably? Dharma Vegeta... Is Dharma Vegeta stronger than every character here? Probably not. So let's call it Dharma Vegeta. And where are you running? Where are you running, Janemba? Doesn't stack. The dodge. There are dodge canceling fights now. I'm gonna leave him there for now. I'm gonna leave him there for now. This is how I'm kind of feeling about Dokkan Battle currently. With Broly starting to take a lot of damage, especially even in his transform state during the early turns. He's just on the cusp. I think characters like Tech Gogeta could still make it. Lord Slug is definitely further to down here than he is solidly in tier 2. And I think we're just going to start seeing this list fall apart soon. I do expect a pretty solidly difficult fight during Golden Week. I expect a solidly difficult fight during Tanabata. However, I don't expect anything to really dethrone Festival Battle solidly. But also, nothing is quite like Festival of Battles. So my opinion on the tier list for Festival of Battles will continue to be these 5 characters are the Festival 5. The Festival 5 is simply stronger than Festival of Battles. With Vegito being the king of the game by far. I think Vegito completely counterbalances anything that dev team can throw at him currently. And if they want to change this fact, they'll need to punish Vegeta or Goku in their base forms rather than the Vegito character himself. Maybe we'll see that during Golden Week or something, but I do not see it happening. Any further changes? I want to take Gogeta down. I just don't believe in Gogeta. I think it's a fun gimmick unit, but I don't believe in this. Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of how I'm feeling. Yeah, this looks good. This looks good to me. All that being said, I've been Lone. Like if you like the video, subscribe to go to Cub. We all gonna make it, and hey man, peace.